जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं। जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकम्।
పరమహంస నిత్యానంద ఈ శతాబ్దపు మరువలేని పోలికలేని ఒక ఆధ్యాత్మిక శక్తి, ఒక అంతర్జాతీయ సాంఘిక ఆధ్యాత్మిక ప్రభంజనాన్ని స్థాపించిన ఒక అద్భుత శక్తి, వైదిక ధర్మాన్ని పునరుద్ధరించడానికి ఉద్భవించిన ఒక చైతన్య శక్తి. ఆయన అతి పవిత్రమైన తిరువణ్ణామలై క్షేత్రంలో జన్మించారు. ఒక యోగిగా జన్మించి తనలో సహజంగానే పొంగిపొర్లే ఆధ్యాత్మికతను కోట్ల మందికి పంచుతూ స్ఫూర్తినిచ్చే ఒక అమోఘ శక్తి. అతి పురాతనమైన యోగా విద్యలో ప్రావీణ్యం కలిగి ఆధ్యాత్మిక శాస్త్రాన్ని క్షుణ్ణంగా పరిశోధన చేసిన ఒక మహాద్భుతమైన అంతఃప్రపంచపు పరిశోధకులు, ఆత్మజ్ఞానాన్ని ప్రసాదించే గురువులు. ప్రతి సంవత్సరం పరమహంస నిత్యానంద ఆయన జ్ఞానామృతాన్ని, ఆనందం వెదజల్లే ఆయన చిరునవ్వుని, తిరుగులేని ఆయన దీక్ష యొక్క శక్తిని 1 కోటికి పైగా ఉన్న ఆయన శిష్యులకు పంచుతున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు పరమహంస నిత్యానంద మీరు జీవన్ముక్తులుగా జీవించటానికి తోడ్పడే పరిష్కారాలను మీకు అందజేస్తున్నారు. ఒక మరువలేని ఆధ్యాత్మిక అనుభవం కొరకు మమ్మల్ని వెంటనే సంప్రదించండి.
వందే సనాతనం పుణ్యం నిత్యానందాయ స్వాగతం. సర్వధర్మ ప్రణేతారం సచ్చిదానంద రూపిణం వందే సనాతనం పుణ్యం నిత్యానందాయ స్వాగతం. వేద వేదాంత సంవేద్యం దేవదేవీ స్వరూపిణం వందే వటపలాశిస్థం.
Krishna is throwing atomic bombs. The inner atomic bombs, if the samskaras are to be destroyed, the engrams have to be destroyed. These verses are the best inner atomic bombs. See, it is not a moral teaching, understand, that is the main thing. And a person like a Krishna does not believe in morality, understand that. He does not believe in the so-called social moralities. And he has done everything anti-social and illegal. I am telling you, everything which is anti-social when he existed, illegal when he existed. When he was in the body, whatever was anti-social and illegal, he has done everything. A small story, girl asks a man, will you love me after marriage also? The boy says, that depends on your husband if he allows me. You are laughing, this is what Krishna has done. Radha is married, do you know? Radha is married to somebody else. She was already married when these two fellows were having affair. Whatever is considered as immoral, antisocial, illegal, he has done everything. Man like him, if he speaks, understand, it's a straight truth, not tainted or painted or coated or mixed with any of the social norms and rules and regulations. Please understand, just like immorality, morality also equally contaminates spirituality. The mystery of the cosmos is equally contaminated by morality also, just like immorality. Don't think only an immoral person does not understand the mysteries of the universe. Only he does not understand the truth of the cosmos. I tell you, many times the habitual morality also makes you miss the mysteries of the cosmos. The habitual morality. Just 2 days before I was explaining this habitual sacrifice. Habitual sacrifice is not sacrifice. Even though society praises it, enshrines it, it may be enshrined, but never gets enshrined. All the things enshrined are not enshrined. When a person like Krishna, when a personality like Krishna speaks, he doesn't care about any of the conditionings you imbibe in the being in the name of morality in your young age. In the name of morality, what you imbibe, maybe it can be a good base for you to pull your life till you are in the body. But that does not make you understand the mysteries of the cosmos, the higher spectrums of the consciousness. Don't take this as a moral teachings. Krishna is not Drona. Krishna is not even Bhishma. Whatever is said and done, till the end.
కల్పతరు మీలోని కుండలిని శక్తిని తెలుసుకోగల ఒక ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమము కల్పతరు. పూర్తిగా ఒకరోజు జరిగే ఈ కార్యక్రమములో ఆరోగ్యకరమైన అద్భుతమైన మార్పును పొందగలరు. అవతారమూర్తి పరమహంస నిత్యానంద స్వామివారి ఆశీస్సులను ప్రత్యేకంగా పొందగల కార్యక్రమం కల్పతరు. కుండలిని అంటే ఏమిటి? కుండలిని అంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కరిలోనూ దాగి ఉన్న అద్భుత శక్తి. కుండలిని శక్తి ఒక ధ్యానోదయమైన గురుదేవుల దీక్షతో చైతన్యపరచవచ్చు. ఈ కుండలిని శక్తి మీ జీవితంలో అన్ని దశలలోనూ అభివృద్ధికరమైన మార్పులను తేగలిగే శక్తి. అది మీలో ఆరోగ్యాన్ని, ఐశ్వర్యాన్ని, విజయాన్ని, ఆనందాన్ని, ఆధ్యాత్మిక ధ్యానోదయాన్ని కలిగిస్తుంది. ప్రతి వారాంతములో కల్పతరు కార్యక్రమం బిడిది ఆశ్రమంలో నిర్వహించబడును. మమ్మల్ని సంప్రదించవలసిన చిరునామా నిత్యానంద ధ్యానపీఠం, నిత్యానంద నగర్, బిడది 562109, బెంగళూరు. ఫోన్ చేయవలసిన నంబరు 095500000550 లేదా 096185191701. మా వెబ్సైట్ www.nithyananda.org.
Bhishma never became enlightened, never experienced the mystery of the cosmos. Only in the end, he is liberated by Krishna. So, a personality like Krishna does not get tainted by the conditioning of the society in the name of morality. The biggest problem I have is the moment I repeat this word, Krishna says, all the pain and pleasure are the objects coming in contact with the senses, which results in heat and cold. All these have a beginning and end. Arjuna, understand and ignore them. Immediately you form some moral codes and make decisions. That is what neither Krishna wanted nor I wanted. It becomes your bio-memory. So your cognizance is taken based on this understanding. That's all I wanted. I am not asking you, please stop your gongura chutney, or stop your ice cream, or drop your physical enjoyments, or drop your desire to see something, drop your anxiety to taste something, drop your anxiety to hear something. No. I want you to understand the science of senses, science of getting embodied and disbodied. In the sutra, Krishna is not telling how to live, he is telling how to be. In the meditation process, just sit and open yourself completely. If there is so much of corruption is going on in the accounts, what naturally a CEO will do? He will stop all the transactions, get everything open, tear them to pieces, and evolve the system, process. Same way, stop all the transaction for 2-3 days. Stop all the process inside you and relax and look in. Something seriously wrong. Where am I heading? How am I going to survive? Do not tolerate even 1 inch suffering, I tell you. So don't make any frame, rule the moment you hear Krishna's words. No. Sit and see. What is the root mental pattern for all my actions? Touch that root mental pattern. You may be having the mental pattern. Whenever certain pleasure arises, that is going to be eternal. Or whenever certain pain arises, suffering comes, depression comes, you feel it is going to be there forever. That is what is the wrong cognizance. Take Krishna's words as a writ petition. Analyze, take the right cognizance, then start living. Krishna's words are not law. If you take them as a law, you will have an intrinsic hatred towards it. Krishna is not giving any commandment. First of all, he is not a commander, he is a charioteer. Don't you see the position in which he is sitting and talking? He is actually in the lower platform. Arjuna is sitting in the higher platform. And the ropes controlling the horses are in his hand. And the stick which he is using to control the horses are in his hand. And he is stretching his neck, turning and talking. He is not a commander. He is actually in a position of being commanded. That is why I say, this is not a commandment. It is a humble but straight truth. Simple, straight truth. See, when the senses come in contact with the objects, the heat and cold is experienced in a subtle way in the senses, which in turn gives rise to the pleasure and pain. These have a beginning and an end. So today try to experiment. Completely become aware of your tongue. Take a piece of chocolate or candy, some sweet. Take a green chili. One side of the tongue, touch the sweet. Other side of the tongue, touch the green chili. And see what is happening exactly. How? the heat and cold is getting raised. Please understand. Don't name them as pain and pleasure. See how the heat and cold is happening. What kind of change? I am giving you one example. You can do it with anything. With anything. Experiment with your body. How the heat and cold raises pleasure and pain. How when the heat turns into cold, pleasure turns into pain or pain turns into pleasure. When the cold turns into heat, how the pain turns into pleasure and pleasure turns to pain. Understand, unless you experiment on you, you will not go to the depths of right understanding about pain and pleasure. Krishna is not giving these words for social morality. He is giving these words as a part of the teachings of mystery school, part of the teachings to the spiritual research. He is giving this as a hypothesis for the science of enlightenment. Life in every step should make human beings understand the mysteries of the cosmos. Your education should guide you to explore the mysteries of the universe, not just the universe which you are seeing with your eyes, the source of the universe which you can only perceive by your sixth sense called intelligence, your society, entertainment, law, education, everything should guide your life to explore and experience the universe and the consciousness. We have wasted too much of time and energy in creating weapons to kill others. These anti-life elements should understand the truth. Life flowing towards the destruction, towards abusal, not only destroys others, it destroys the person who is creating this abusive trend. The abusive trend, pattern also is related to the heat and cold you go through. It is the heat and cold you experience. For all bodies, heat does not become pain. For all bodies, heat does not become pleasure. For each body, there is a code. You need to decode your pleasure and pain. Decoding your pleasure and pain is what I call pratyahara. Unless you decode your pleasure and pain, you will not be able to control your senses. Any law you receive to control your senses will be only suppression. Only the principle of decoding can lead you to go beyond the senses. Now I am giving you the principle of decoding.
It has 2000 crore laws. I have decided I myself going personally sitting in Pondicherry and going to do the relief work.
We are expected to reach at least 1 lakh people per day. All my disciples, I'll encourage you to experience this heat and cold experiments. I have given you one example of sugar, sweet and chili, two sides of the tongue at same time. In the same way, try to experiment with some more things, with all your senses, with a deep meditative mood. Go through these different experiments. I tell you, within 2-3 months you can decode your principle of pleasure and pain. Decoding your pleasure and pain raises something in you. I tell you, many times you do not even know the reason for your pain and pleasure. I have seen men suffering the confusion, reasonless pain and pleasure during their periods. As per the Tantra tradition, men do have periods. It is more psychological. Ramakrishna gives that 3 days the reproductive organs of men will be bent towards right side. Ramakrishna gives some of the symptoms. He says, when you pass urine, the flow will be in the right side. And he gives some more subtle symptoms. The right abdomen will experience the fat. Please understand, if you put your hand near both abdomens and push, the 3 days you will feel the right abdomen side is going more deeper and means more liquid. I used to wonder, are they really symptoms or just Ramakrishna is saying? It is true. With many people I have given this as a technique to find their periods, and it is true. Manu gives some subtle suggestions when you should not take decisions. That is all related to this men's period. Unless your heat and cold is decoded, you are not allowed to be a king or a judge or guru, counselor, advisor in the Vedic tradition. First you need to decode your heat and cold. There are some more clear symptoms Tantra tradition describes. Maybe I'll publish it as a book. I wanted at least next generation to learn to decode heat and cold in their life. I tell you, you will have miraculous transformation just by decoding your heat and cold. Suddenly you will realize the amount of suffering caused by your extramarital affairs is more than the joy caused by them, then naturally why will you run around? Naturally, the discrimination will evolve in you, decoding the pain and pleasure. Naturally, the discrimination will evolve in you. You will understand they are impermanent and simply will ignore them. Understand, Krishna is not saying suppress them or don't enjoy pleasure. He is not saying don't enjoy pleasure or pain. He is saying ignore them. What an amazing word he is using. Anityaha. Understanding that they are impermanent and ignore them. This verse is more science of decoding your pains and pleasures. It is not the rule or a moral code for do's and don'ts. After you realize this science, after you decode, certain extraordinary morality evolves in your system, which is beyond morality and immorality, which is eternal, non-hypocritical and non-violent.
ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाषितशोभितलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गम्।
ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवकुतोत इषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः या च यशः शिवतमा शिवं बभूव ते धनुः शिवा शरव्याया तवतया नो रुद्रमृडय या ते रुद्र शिवा तनोरघोर पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुहा शन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिजागशीः या विशुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते विभष्ट्यस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां गुरुमाहि पुंसेः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छा वदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् अद्य वोचदधिभक्ता प्रथमो दैव्यो विशगे अहेहश्च सर्वान् जम्बयन् सर्वाश्च यादुत्राण्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुणपुतभभ्रस्सु मङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अमितो दिक्षु श्रुता सहस्रशो वै शागुं हेडयीमहे असव्यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उदैनं गोपा